Good evening. Hi guys, this is Marvin from TechBroll.com, where we do unboxings, reviews, and sexy bureaus. So in today's stream, we're gonna take a look at finally a new keyboard from Rakk. So for those of you who don't know, Rakk is a local brand here in the Philippines that produces quality products in a relatively affordable price point. And finally, we're gonna check the new Rakk PLUMA mechanical keyboard. Alright, so before anything else, right here we have the Rakk Lamang Pro. So this is the previous keyboard from Rakk, but now they have a new keyboard, which I will show you to you later. So this is the Rakk Lamang Pro with Accor Carbon Retro ASA keycap and TTC Golden Brown switches. I've actually released a video about this earlier, which you can check out on the pinned comment below. Finally, let's check out two different products, new products from Rakk. So we have a couple of TALAN mouse kit. There you go. So let's check out the specifications real quick. So we have mouse button cover, back rear cover hole, back rear cover solid, and these are the specifications or the dimensions: 0.6mm by 0.7 by 0.8 by 0.9mm. Tapos, side grip, button grip, and side grip setback. Mouse fit is white PTFE. So, let's unbox this first before we take a look at the Rakk PLUMA, by the way. There you go. I'll answer your questions or your comments later, guys. I'll just unbox this real quick. This is the first one. So, if you have a Rakk TALAN gaming mouse, you can purchase a separate accessory or mouse kit right here. Oh, wow. So it looks like a different color. So before we take a look at the actual product itself, let's take a look at the other accessories. So we have some mouse grip. Alright, so you already have mouse grip here, as well as, so these one are for the sides and this one are for the actual left and right mouse buttons. Pretty dope. 3M. And then we have our PTFE. Let me just reduce my brightness level. PTFE mouse gliders right here. And of course, we have the actual mouse covers itself. Teal or cyan. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't have my Rakk TALAN anymore, so I won't be able to show it to you. Oh, by the way, we have, what is this? These are the spacers. These are the spacers, I think, for the mouse clickers, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know how much these cost, but at least we do have this option. Wow, nice. So it is colored teal or cyan. Cyan, I think more like a cyan color. So this is the solid back cover, and this is the lightweight honeycomb cover. And then of course we have our left and right mouse button. So you will put the spacer here, if I'm not mistaken, depending on your preference yan. Okay. So I think you need to clip this, right? This part. Maybe that's part of the mold. So that's the first version, again, color cyan. Just a quick unboxing. And then the other one, I don't know. Maybe this is color pink. I guess it's right. Yeah, let go. Okay, so again, we have our mouse grip. There you go. Let's check out the actual texture so that you can have a better understanding. Okay, so it is made out of course, rubber, and it's definitely grippy. 3M tape, double-sided tape. And then, again, we have PTFE mouse gliders replacement and the spacers right here. And of course, we have the pink. So, if you're gonna choose between those two colors, what would you pick? Personally, I would pick the cyan because I'm into that color rather than this pink. But tough men wear pink. There you go. It looks like an eggshell. The texture and the color. I mean, the texture looks like an eggshell. And then, of course, we have the honeycomb version or colorway. There you go. So, do you have any questions? Alright, so moving forward, let's take a look at finally, the Rakk PLUMA wireless mechanical keyboard. So, like I said earlier, I just recently released a video about the Rakk PLUMA Pro. And I mentioned in that video that Rakk Gears has yet to release a new keyboard that could possibly replace this as the bang for the buck mechanical keyboard available locally here in the Philippines. But I think it will still stand with that because this one is more budget friendly than the Rakk PLUMA Pro. And the Rakk PLUMA Pro, I think, is a different category because this one is 10 keyless and this one is I think 60%, 65 keys. So yeah, so you have an option for 10 keyless, and now finally Rakk Gears released a 60% or 65% keyboard that most of us are actually waiting for a very long time from them. We've been asking them to release a compact keyboard, and finally we have that now here. So I haven't opened this because I want to share the experience with you guys. So again, the name is PLUMA in Tagalog or in Filipino, or in other dialect I think PLUMA is handwriting or traditional pen writing, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's check out the specifications real quick before we open this box. So OTEMU hot swap socket. So that gives us an idea that this is a budget keyboard. Alright, so usually OTEMU keyboard are around 2,000 range. And I'll give you the price. This is around 1,995, so around 2,000 pesos. Pretty affordable in my opinion for a 60% keyboard. But definitely not the cheapest right now. But let's see the features so that we can compare that to others. 65 keys, 2,000 mAh of lithium polymer battery, Windows 10 and Mac OS supported, and of course Rgb lighting. Looking at the side of the box, just the Rakk branding. On the sides, nothing. Maybe something here. OTEMU blue and OTEMU red. So it looks like what we have here is the OTEMU red version or variant. And then looking at the back of the box, we have a preview of the keyboard. I think we have, no. So we have a preview of the keyboard. So as you can see, it's not entirely a 60% keyboard. Yeah, because it is a 65 key. So we have dedicated arrow keys and a few nav cluster keys here. It looks like similar to the Magic Force keyboard, if I'm not mistaken. Close to that layout. So I'm going to answer your questions or comments later, guys. I just want to unbox this so that I can use this on our YouTube video, okay? Alright, so in terms of the specifications, we have here 65% layout. Oh, actually it is 68 key. Wait, what? Here in front 65, here at the back 68 key. So that's actually quite confusing. But looking at this 61, 62, 64, 65, 68 key. Alright, so OTEMU switch, hot swap socket, Bluetooth 5.0, RGB illumination, 2,000 mAh of lithium polymer battery, 1000 Hz ultra polling rate, removable Type-C braided cable, NKRO anti-ghosting keys, and then we have keyboard fine tuner, lighting control, macro support, and function keys. Oh wow, okay, so what we have here is PBT double shot seamless switch and keycap puller. Oh, PBT double shot seamless na keycaps and then switch and keycap puller. So right out of the box, PBT is the included keycaps, which is a good sign for a 2,000 price point keyboard. Alright, so upon opening the box, the first thing you'll notice is the keyboard itself nicely protected by this sort of slim styrofoam cover. Let me just take that out of the box first, and let's see the rest of the package contents. Well, pretty basic. As expected, we have a braided cable with a Rakk branded Velcro strap, USB Type-C gold-plated USB Type-C connectors. Nice. Ooh. And then of course we have our generic switch and keycap puller right here. Okay, so let's take a look at the keyboard. What is the English of Pluma, guys? Can you share with me? Wow, okay. So, right out of the box, at first look and touch, it is definitely lengthy. As you can see, it's very long because of the form factor. So, it is a sort of exploded 68 keys because of the form factor or layout here. And I'm really digging the colorway of the keycap. Plume, quill, alright, feathers. Alright, so I'm really digging the colorway of the keycap. It looks very retro in my opinion with this sort of retro gray and then white. I like this. If you prefer a somehow retro colored keyboard, this is definitely a good option. So here, looking at the top side, we have the 65% layout with 68 keys. Of course, we have dedicated arrow keys here. We have some of the nav cluster, insert, delete, page up and page down, and pretty much a ANSI standard layout. And then looking at the side, alright, so we don't have any branding here on this side. And then flipping it on the side here, let me just lower my brightness. There you go. So as you can see, the casing itself is similar to the build construction of the Rakk PLUMA Pro. If I'm not mistaken, I'll show it to you here. Right? Do you see the resemblance, guys? Can you see the resemblance of the actual construction of the top and bottom housing? The keycap is of course OEM profile and the case is high profile, which means the switches are not visible. And of course we have some inclination here, and of course we have our flip out stand. So flipping it on the back side, we have our USB Type-C port, unfortunately located at the center. I'm not really a fan of this placement, but it is what it is. And then looking all over at the bottom, we have 4 rubber feet, and then we have 2 flip out stands with rubber tip as well. And we have our switch here for the Bluetooth and wired. And of course we have our branding, serial number, QR code, and another branding right here. And it looks like we have some spill port right here. So yeah, in terms of the build construction, it is made out of durable plastic, at least from what I'm feeling right now. And it does have some weight to it. You know, it's not that lightweight. It definitely has some weight to it, and it doesn't flex at all. Even I put some decent effort, it's not flexing at all, guys. So the build quality is pretty decent. Let me just check the weight. If I have to guess, it's around 400 to 500 grams. 690 actually. So like I said, it has some decent weight to it, guys. 690 grams. So there you go. So what else should we check for this keyboard? Let's check out the keycap. So this is made out of PBT as per the specifications. So here's the escape key. So this is a double shot. As you can tell here, there is a separate material for the legends, which means it will not fade away over time. And because it is PBT plastic, it will not shine over time as well. Or it will not shine that easily over time compared to budget ABS keycap. There you go. So in terms of the thickness, 1.5 to 1.4 is my guess. 1.5! Wow, wowee. 1.6. 1.7. It's actually quite thick for a budget keyboard. And for the switch, what we have here is again Otemu red. Oh, okay. So it has some reinforcement on the stem. So Otemu red is the available variant for my keyboard here, but it is also available in blue, Otemu blue. So I'll probably take out some switches so that we can check how hard it is to pull out the switches. Okay, this is a hot swap, guys, because there is an included switch puller and keycap puller. Okay, so moment of truth. Is this hot swap? I mean, is this really hard to pull out? It's not that hard to pull out actually. Super easy. Unlike maybe the Rakk PLUMA light or the the Rakk Rakk Tandus. A lot of people thought it is not swappable because it's super hard to remove. Okay, so as per experience, as per testing right now, it's not that hard to remove. So this is the Otemu hot swap socket. I hope Rakk Gears can release a pro version of this with either Gateron or Kailh hot swap socket or universal socket for maximum compatibility with most Cherry MX style switches. But for a 2,000 pesos, maybe they should have done this Gateron or Kailh, because a lot of different keyboards right now at that price range is already using Gateron and Kailh hot swap socket. So that's my comment about that. Right? So, like for example, the Royal Clutch keyboard, maybe the TechBroll B68, I think they are using Gateron hot swap socket, if I'm not mistaken, right? And only 3-pin. So you have to clip. Is there a Otemu 5-pin switch? I'm not sure, because I'm really not a fan of Otemu, to be honest. The most budget keyboard switch that I'm willing to use is Gateron. Other than that, I'm not willing to go down. And SMD LED, there you go. We'll check out the quality of this LED shortly. Okay, so let's move on, guys. Let's turn this on so that we can check the RGB lighting. Again, the switch is here at the back. Hopefully it has some charge. And let me turn off my overhead lighting. There you go. So it's actually not that bad. For a small surface mounted LEDs, it's perfectly decent. The question is, should we tear this apart? I'm interested to tear this apart. So, first lighting effect. Second. Next. It's actually quite bright, right? I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Nice. Rainbow. RGB plus 100 FPS. Rainbow plus 200 FPS. Rainbow again plus 300 FPS. There we go. I think umulit na tayo. Okay, so we have lighting options here and we have lighting options here on this key as well. There you go. And of course our brightness levels. Okay, so that's the lighting effects or the RGB lighting for this keyboard. And like I said, it is actually quite bright. The only thing that's lighting here in my room is my backlight and my monitor. Now I'm going to turn on my softbox. Now let's check out the sub-legends or the secondary layers. So it looks like we have our numbers and function rows here up top. That's pretty standard. And then we have 3 profiles, if I'm not mistaken, for Bluetooth connectivity or different devices. Without looking at the manual, guys. So here's the pairing key, FN plus P. There you go. So it looks like it is now pairing, but I'm not going to pair it to my PC. Maybe these are profiles. And then of course, for Windows and Mac OS compatibility. And the keycaps actually have sub-legends for Mac OS. There you go. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I think this is the factory reset. Let me try. Yeah. So FN plus backspace is the factory reset basing from the icon. Very intuitive. I just don't know exactly this CM, CM2, CM3 and this setting here. Alright, so this is for the colors, as you can tell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so animation speed for the up and down arrow keys, and then animation animation direction. Let's take a look at the stabs. What type of stabilizers do we have here? So these are plate mount stabs, probably OEM plate mount stabs right there. It looks like it isn't pre-lubricated, as you can see. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let's check out the space bar. I think it's not pre-lubricated because I'm hearing a rattly sound coming from the space bars or modifiers. Yeah, it looks like it isn't pre-lubricated, as you can see. So definitely there's some sort of modding that needs to be done for this keyboard to sound better. But nothing cannot be done with, you know, proper knowledge, experience, and tools, and time. Okay. Alright, so let's do a quick sound test for the Rakk PLUMA 65% wireless mechanical keyboard from Rakk Gears. Oh my god. Absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry, Rakk Gears, but this is terrible. Oh my god. So yeah, as you can hear, as you've heard, the stabilizers are very bad, very rattly. So definitely you need to mod this for this to sound very good. The linear switch sounded like a clicky switch. And of course for the switches, there you go. In my honest opinion, this is terrible, but on the other side, it is not the end of the world, you know. For us enthusiasts, this is an easy job to modify. But for those who are, you know, beginner on the hobby, you're probably not going to like the sound of this keyboard unless you put some time to learn how to modify the stabilizers, lube the switches, and all that. So, yeah. That's my honest opinion for the sound test of this keyboard. At least it doesn't sound like super hollow. But the stabilizers definitely need some modification. Alright, so I think that's about it for our quick unboxing and first impressions or quick review. And there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. That's the quick unboxing and first impressions of the Rakk PLUMA wireless mechanical keyboard. You can check out this keyboard on the link below. And thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Have a great day, guys. You're awesome.